Good morning, everyone. And welcome to another fantastic Sask Polytech morning. Give yourselves a hand. What a great crowd. My name is Mitch Holash, and I have the honor of chairing the Saskatchewan Polytechnic Board of Directors. I'm here today with my fellow board members. Brian Lear is here, Jill Johnson, Jocelyn Cost. So thank you for joining us today. This is a very exciting day for Sask Polytech. We're so overwhelmed to see all of the support and interest and engagement in Sask Polytech and in our students and in the education program that we bring. So thank you for being here. Te wao, haikoda, hanin sikwa, tansi, atlante. I want to acknowledge for all of us that we are gathered and privileged to be gathered on Treaty 6 territory, the ancestral lands of the Cree, the Saulteaux, Dene, Dakota, Lakota, and Dakota peoples, and on the traditional homeland of the Métis people. Saskatchewan is a family of families. Our successes come out of those characteristics, out of those traits that are born in good, solid family values. We are here to celebrate tonight not only Sask Polytech, but another Saskatchewan family that has supported Sask Polytech and who has supported this province with its success over many decades. It is really a pleasure that you're all here today to share this day with us. I want to extend a special welcome to our very hardworking Minister of Advanced Education, Gordon Wyant. I want to also acknowledge our other dignitaries, our CEO and President, Dr. Larry Rosia. I've mentioned our Board of Directors here. We have a special welcome to give to our campaign cabinet, who Larry will introduce a little bit later. But most especially, I welcome the Remy family, Joseph, who is here today, leading that family, who's raised such a beautiful family that's been such a gift to our province. Barry and Laurie and your family that are here today. Janice is here today with us. So thank you all for gathering. We have a very special way that we begin our Sask Polytech celebrations, and that is today by bringing another very special family member of the Sask Polytech family forward, and that is Elder Rick Daniels. Elder Rick taught at Sask Polytech in his history 20 years ago. He still is, I understand, employing some teaching. He schools Dr. Rosie on the golf course, I understand, from time to time. So I would welcome Elder Rick Daniels to open our event today.
Okay, good morning, everybody. And today is, as usually, it's going to be a big day for people, and welcome to the family here. And but once again, my name is Rick Daniels, and I'm from the Mistawasas Nehewak Cree Nation, just a little north of here. And like I said, I worked for Sask Polytech, so I know exactly what happens here and what goes on. And it was an amazing place to work. And I left for a couple of years after I retired, but kept pulling me back here. So I'm still doing a little bit of work with programs here. But of course, I want to congratulate Sask Polytech head office and that for what they're doing here for this new building. And it's just looking at that, and it's just going to be amazing. It's just, I don't know, can't say it in words. All I got to say before I go into my prayer is, look out, U of S, here we come. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you, Elder Rick. And I'm glad you mentioned the University of Saskatchewan because they've been a wonderful partner with Saskatchewan Polytechnic. And we have Dara Ritzik here today representing Dr. Stoychev's office. So Dara, thank you very much for your attendance today and your support for our campus project on the University of Saskatchewan grounds. It's my pleasure now to bring you a few minutes late, but to the point of our celebration today. And there's no better person that I can introduce to announce to you the reason why we are gathered here today to celebrate. It seems odd to me that I need to introduce this person. Everybody in the room knows him as Larry. He's our Dr. Larry Rosia, and he is our CEO and president and has been since 2012. He brings an energy and an inspiring gait to his step in everything he does, and he is our biggest cheerleader. I couldn't think of a better person to help us announce what we're here for today. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Larry Rosia.
Good morning. It's kind of like convocation. It's pretty quiet in here. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, this is an awesome day. We had 220 chairs put in the room. They're standing room only, so about 300 people in the room. What an amazing day. What an amazing morning. Thank you, Mitch, for your kind introduction and kind words. I do refer to myself often as my role as the chief cheerleader because I get to cheer about all the great things that happen in Saskatchewan Polytechnic, about the great things our students are doing, our faculty, and the great partners we have, and the Remy family being one of them here this morning. As always, at Saskatchewan Polytechnic events, we start out with Indigenous greetings. So, Tawau, Hau, Anin, Tenshi, Atlanite, and I too would like to acknowledge that we're gathered here this morning, this fabulous morning, on Treaty 6 territory, which are the ancestral lands of the Cree, the Saulteaux, the Dene, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota peoples, and the traditional homeland of the Métis. We respect and respectfully acknowledge the Indigenous peoples of these lands as part of our ongoing commitment to Mio-Akotowin, good relationships, and a reconciled future. Thank you, Elder Rick, for your prayers this morning and starting this special event out in a very special way. And thank you for not making a golfing joke up about me. That was good. And there are some dignitaries here today, too, that I'd like to acknowledge. Certainly, one of our strongest supporters, the Honourable Minister Gord Wyatt, Minister of Advanced Education. Thank you for all you've done for Saskatchewan Polytechnic and our Province Minister, and thank you for being here. We have our board members here as well this morning, and I want to give a shout out to our chair, Mitch Holash, but we also have Cindy Lowe, Brian Lear, Jocelyn Cost, and Jill Johnston joining us here this morning as well. Ken and Gail Kravets made a trip in just specially for this event today, so thank you for being here and being part of our ceremony. Merlis Belcher, I saw you in the crowd. Yeah, Peter Stoychev did send his regrets. He couldn't be here today, but thank you, Dara. I know you're in the back. Thank you for attending as well. Carrie Harvey, from CEO of Innovation Saskatchewan, two excellent partners. Our campaign cabinet, who has been doing tremendous work for us. John Smizer, Brian Riley, Joe Vidal, Chris Garrett, Tom Foster. I saw Tom a little earlier, and Steve McClellan. Thank you for everything you are doing for Saskatchewan Polytechnic and for our campaign cabinet as well. And our very special guests, the Remy family. So thank you for being here this morning. This is a very special day and a way that we can honor this tremendous contribution. So thank you to Barry, Laurie, and your family, Janice, Joe. Thank you for being here this morning. This is, as I said, a special day. And I do have to just stop and take a breath, take a moment, because it is a bit overwhelming what's about to happen here with so many people to witness it. And I always say that moments make up the photograph in your memory. Photographs in your memory, that's your photo album for later on. And this morning truly is one of those moments that we'll have a photograph in our memory of forever. I can't tell you how delighted I am to be here today. And I'm so glad that so many, like I said, well over 250 people have joined us for this celebration and for this announcement. This is a momentous day for Saskatchewan Polytechnic. For a second time in just over a month, we have a major announcement about the Time to Rise capital campaign for our new Saskatchewan Polytechnic Saskatoon campus. And I was going to say we should stop meeting like this, but I like meeting like this. I think this is a pretty good thing. Well, this donation is a truly remarkable investment in Saskatchewan Polytechnic and an incredible endorsement of the skills training and applied learning for which we're so well known. I'm going to make you wait just a little bit longer to hear the big news. First, I'd like to say a few words about an extraordinary local family and their inspirational patriarch, whose generosity of spirit and philanthropic vision made today, and more importantly, so many tomorrows possible. The Remy name is a familiar one in this province. The family has made their home here for 4 generations, arriving from the Carrot River area almost a century ago from Hungary. Starting on a farm in the prairies during the 1930s, as you can well imagine, was no easy feat for a large family, but they persevered, and everyone had to pitch in. As the second youngest in the family, Joseph Remy, fondly called Joe, developed his work ethic early. I'm told that his job on the farm was to milk the family's 3 cows twice a day, every day, 7 days a week. Those early lessons in hard work, consistency, and perseverance clearly paid off. Following in the footsteps of his 2 brothers, Joe went into the construction industry after graduating with an engineering degree from the University of Saskatchewan. He's been in the construction business for 65 years, working as a general contractor in the early years and then branching out to build apartments, schools, and hospitals across our great province. While the Remy name has been prominent in the Saskatchewan construction and property management sectors for decades, more recently the name has become synonymous with philanthropy and patronage, with support for education, healthcare, and the arts, and with making life better for Saskatchewan people. Because along with a solid work ethic and drive to succeed, Joe Remy inherited and developed a strong sense of community and the importance of giving back to the community. He established the Joseph Alpert Remy Family Foundation in 2012. And that just happens to be the year that I arrived in Saskatchewan as well. That's always kind of a coincidence. As its website notes, the foundation supports institutions and organizations working to improve the well-being of members in our community. Since its inception, it has provided more than $12 million to a variety of Saskatchewan organizations and projects, including money to each of Saskatoon's hospital foundations and funding to start Canada's Centre for Pandemic Research at Vito. We've known Joe as a supporter of Saskatchewan Polytechnic for many years. Our Joseph A. Remy School of Construction bears his name, and an acknowledgement of the $5 million donation he made 5 years ago, the largest in our history at that time. So in many ways, it seems a little bit like deja vu. In fact, we made that announcement in this very gym. It seems like deja vu being here today to announce the donation from Joe Remy. Still, what I'm about to share will be a game changer, a tipping point that sets the Time to Rise capital campaign for the new Saskatoon campus on the road to what I'm calling a championship season. Today, on behalf of Saskatchewan Polytechnic, its board of directors, our students, many who are in the crowd today, our employees, I'm very pleased to announce a $25 million gift from the Joseph Alfred Remy Family Foundation. You didn't have the opportunity to see Joe as I did because I'm facing him, but I saw a big smile on Joe's face, and that warmed my heart. So thank you, Joe. This incredible gift is by far the largest in our Saskatchewan Polytechnic history and one of the largest in our province ever. And I think it's tremendous. So thanks again. Another applause for Joe, please. Today's gift, Joe's gift, propels Saskatchewan Polytechnic into a new era. The new campus is a rare opportunity to create a 21st century modern learning environment that will inspire innovation, collaboration, and inclusiveness, and expand opportunities for students and supply the expert workforce for current and emerging industries in Saskatchewan. Our visionary collaboration with our partners, the University of Saskatchewan and Innovation Place, will connect business and industry, learners in an innovation corridor to share knowledge, to collaborate, and to develop new innovations supported by Saskatchewan Polytechnic's research-intensive infrastructure and subject matter experts. And to my knowledge, nowhere in North America will you find a U15 research park and a polytechnic co-located. So this is something that is very unique to North America. The potential and the possibilities seem limitless right now as we begin to put the plans together and put them on paper. Today's donation reinforces that potential and begins to make real the possibilities that exist. We are not just constructing a new Saskatchewan Polytechnic campus, we are empowering and we are inspiring tomorrow's leaders. In recognition of this historic gift that has had such a significant impact for future generations of students and for our great province, it gives me immense pleasure to announce that our new campus will become the Saskatchewan Polytechnic Joseph A. Remy Saskatoon campus. Barry, Janice, Minister Wyatt, William, and Mitch, can I ask you to join me on the stage for the unveiling, please? That's tremendous, and I'm so happy that, Joe, you were able to help us unveil the new campus name. Tremendous. Thank you again, Joe Remy, and to his wonderful family members who have joined us here today. Your legacy will carry forward, and generations of students to come will benefit from your generosity and your vision for the future. This investment is an investment in students, it's an investment in learning, and it's an investment in the future of our province. It's an investment from the heart, with a return that will be counted in good jobs, thriving families, economic prosperity for our great province. As we move forward, I might have missed a page here because we've got to show a video first. So let's watch the video together. Roll the video, please.
Joe Remy is a remarkable man. Not only because he's been a huge success in his construction and real estate business, but he's lived a balanced life. He's a family man to his wife and children and grandchildren, very dedicated to his church, and that faith filters his entire life. And then giving back, like, my gosh, tens of millions of dollars, be it healthcare, be it science, be it the arts, all in our community. We are so rich because of Joe Remy's family's amazing philanthropy.
I've known Joe for a lot of years, and he supports so many different organizations. The ones that excited him the most are the ones that were building something new. But this one would play a special role in his heart and aligns with who he is as a person. He's a builder. And today, he's building a new campus.
$25 million so that Sask Polytech can have a new campus in his name.
It is so fitting that the new campus will be officially called the Joseph A. Remy Saskatoon campus. This is a wonderful legacy for Joe.
Sask Polytech, where it produces these incredible grads right within his industry, is just so important to him, and this transformative gift is going to impact generations of students and benefit the entire province.
I don't know Joe personally, but the fact that he's invested in our school and our education is absolutely incredible. Given the opportunity, I know that every student here at Sask Polytech would say thank you.
And because I flipped a page, you may have heard this before, but I'm going to repeat it again because it's worth repeating. Thank you to the Joe Remy family for this, and the wonderful family members that joined us today. And again, your legacy will carry forward, and generations of students to come will benefit from your generosity and your vision for the future. I'm going to say it again as well. This investment is an investment in students. It's an investment in learning, and it's an investment in the future of our province. And most importantly, it's an investment from the heart with a return that will be counted in good jobs, thriving families, and economic prosperity for our province, Joe. As we move forward with our planning and preparations for the Joseph A. Remy School of Saskatoon campus, donor and community support continues to be vital. I invite each of you that are here today to consider how you might support and show your confidence in Saskatchewan Polytechnic, our students, and our province. I promise you there has never been a better time to rise. Thank you again for being here this morning. Thank you to the Remy family, and I'll turn the mic back to our MC.
Thank you, Dr. Rosie. I have your page here. An incredible day. So pleased that you're here to join with us on this day. 25 million reasons to gather and celebrate. You were guessing at chairs and standing room. It's Ev was counting. She got to about 350 before she stopped. I heard 1.2 million people applauding you today. Joseph and Marie and family, thank you so much. The new campus has been a goal of our board and our executive team long before I came to the board, and for more than a decade now. Last fall, we had an amazing announcement with the provincial government's $200 million commitment announced on the site of the new Joseph A. Remy Saskatoon campus for Saskatchewan Polytech. That announcement launched a lot of work and it made the project a reality. Having our province, the government of Saskatchewan, on board is a game changer, and that has allowed us to move forward with some very fast-moving and concrete plans. I'm so happy to be able to call upon the Honourable Gordon Wyant, Minister of Advanced Education, to provide remarks today on behalf of that government of Saskatchewan. Gordon has provided just such a tremendous amount of leadership, not only on the project but through government channels as well, and we owe a lot to him as he has announced his departure from service to us in the broader provincial community. We welcome you today, and we have a lot of thanks to you today. So please, everyone, join with me in thanking the Honourable Minister Gordon Wyant.
Well, good morning, everyone, friends and family. This is a great day in Saskatoon, and I'm so excited to be here on behalf of Premier Scott Moe and the Government of Saskatchewan. First of all, I just want to thank Elder Rick for his prayer, starting us off in a good way, and to respectfully acknowledge that I will too acknowledge that we're on Treaty 6 territory in the traditional homeland of the Métis. I acknowledge that in the spirit of reconciliation, acknowledging that we are all treaty people. Well, as I mentioned, I'm happy to be here on behalf of Premier Scott Moe and the Government of Saskatchewan. I did want to acknowledge a couple of colleagues that were in the room today. Mara Friesen, the MLA from Saskatoon Riversdale, is here. And I also wanted to acknowledge, and I know Larry has already done this, my former colleague from the legislature, the Honourable Ken Kravetz, is here, and to acknowledge all the work that he has done in making sure that we got to today. So Ken, thank you very much on behalf of a very grateful minister. Well, it's my great pleasure to congratulate Saskatchewan Polytechnic on a major milestone in the development of its new Saskatoon campus. And Larry, I again want to thank you and the board and all your staff for all the work you've done to get us here today. And thanks to the Remy family for believing in the vision of a new campus at the University of Saskatchewan at Innovation Place. So thanks very much. Today, we celebrate the official name of the new campus, the Saskatchewan Polytechnic Joseph A. Remy Saskatoon campus. It's quite a tribute to the name of a new campus after such an influential member of our community. The Joseph Alfred Remy Family Foundation has provided significant donations to our community in ways that have touched countless lives. From supporting meaningful projects to funding vital healthcare equipment and initiatives, the impact of the Remy family contributions can be felt far and wide. Their legacy in the construction industry is also worth acknowledging. Mr. Remy's dedication to his craft has not only left a mark on our skylines of our cities, but also on the future generation of builders, many of which are in this room today. His contributions to the Joseph A. Remy School of Construction at Saskatchewan Polytechnic ensure students pursuing careers in construction have the resources and the opportunities necessary to thrive. So thank you for your unwavering dedication to our community and in supporting our Saskatchewan Polytechnic students in more ways than one. It's clear the Remy family is dedicated to the learning needs of our community, and their generosity knows no bounds. Before we know it, hundreds of Saskatchewan Polytechnic students will be getting ready for their first day of class at the Saskatchewan Polytechnic Joseph A. Remy Saskatoon campus. The campus will encourage collaboration between businesses, entrepreneurs, students, and other learning institutions like the University of Saskatchewan, and it will create a center of excellence in applied research and learning. State-of-the-art classrooms, cutting-edge laboratories, collaborative spaces, and facilities will create a holistic and empowering educational experience. This new campus will make a tremendous impact on current and future students, attracting more students and more investment to Saskatchewan and foster greater research opportunities. The impact of this donation will shape the future of Saskatchewan Polytechnic and its students. And it will help keep Saskatchewan competitive with other jurisdictions in terms of technology and equipment which is available to our students. High-quality learning environments like the new Saskatchewan Polytechnic Saskatoon campus will help ensure that our future workforce continues to be responsive to the labor market needs of our province and that we can continue to meet the goals of Saskatchewan's growth plan. That's why our government had committed $200 million to the Saskatoon campus renewal project last year. Since 2022, We provided over $16 million to advance the project, including this year's $6 million investment announced in the provincial budget just last month. So in closing, I'd like to offer my congratulations on behalf of a very, very grateful province once again to Sask Polytechnic, and thanks to Joseph A. Remy and his family for their significant contributions. Today's announcement is not just an investment in infrastructure. It's an investment in the future of our province and in its potential for the countless students who will benefit from us. Thank you very much for letting me say a few words today.
I am mindful as I listen to you again speak so well and represent the people of Saskatchewan so well that we will have fewer and fewer opportunities as the weeks go on to thank you again, Minister. So I invite everyone just in recognition of the service to the government, to the people of Saskatchewan, as he retires from the government of Saskatchewan, to recognize the contribution of Gordon Wyatt. As we've heard from the Minister and our President today, today's announcement from the Remy family means so much, and it will benefit students' families for decades to come. And I'm pleased to invite one of our current students who's now studying at the Joseph A. Remy School of Construction, William Drury, to the stage. William is I met him this morning. He's a lovely young man. He's wearing a really lovely, what I'm proud to call a bunny hug in Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan Polytech bunny hug. But speaking the voice of our students, please welcome William Drury.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to Mr. Halash, Elder Rick, Dr. Rosia, Minister Wyant, and of course, the Remy family, and other dignitaries, staff, and fellow students here today. My name is Will Drury. I graduated high school in 2015 with the thought that I didn't want to return to school as I felt I had nothing else to learn. So I worked the oil fields in southwestern Saskatchewan from 2016 to 2023. After years in the oil field, I felt it was time to go back to school. I'm currently enrolled in the refrigeration and air conditioning pre-employment program at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. There are a couple reasons I chose to come back to school. The first dates back to a conversation I had with a family friend in 2018. He's a journeyman refrigeration tech. He spoke very passionately about how much he loved his job and the different aspects of the career. He talked about the problem solving he gets to do on a daily basis and how he really enjoys working with his hands as well as his mind. He thought I would be good at it. Whether intentional or not, he planted a seed in the back of my mind that said, hey, I want to do that. So I decided if I wanted to go back to school, I knew what I wanted to do. The second reason that solidified my decision to come back to school came about in 2021. I met someone who I ended up growing really close to. Through getting to know her, I learned she had attended Saskatchewan Polytechnic before we met. She told me about the great learning experience she had and how knowledgeable her instructors were. This ultimately led to a very successful career she is currently enjoying as a graphic designer. This firsthand story was the final piece of the puzzle that made me choose Saskatchewan Polytechnic. I was quite nervous coming here as an older student. I hadn't been in a classroom setting for almost a decade. I'm very happy to say my nerves were for nothing. The friendly and extremely knowledgeable instructors made my transition back to school very welcoming. They also took the time to teach me the theory as well as the hands-on practical components while making it fun. They also challenged me, and that made me push myself to be the best I can. I made a lot of friends and memories with the other students, which truly made it a blast for my time at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. I'm excited to use the education I've received for a long and fruitful career in the refrigeration industry. After graduation, my plan is to find employment around Saskatoon in the commercial sector of this trade. I appreciate your time listening to my journey and how much Sask Polytech means to me. I want to give a huge heartwarming thank you to the Joseph A. Remy and the Joes family here today for their major contribution to the new Saskatoon campus and their continued support to Saskatchewan Polytechnic, so future students like myself can continue to have an engaging and high-quality learning experience as they pursue their future career aspirations. Thank you.
Well done, William. That's the kind of student that the Joseph A. Remai School of Construction produces. The values in community and family that have been so inspiring to the rest of us in the province that Joseph and Marie have embedded into their children is recognized in their children, in their family, in their grandchildren. We are very pleased to have two members of the Remy family come forward and say a few words on behalf of the family. This is a family that we recognize on the street in Prince Albert, in the church pews, in Saskatchewan rather, in the church pews, in our community parks, in our skyline, as the minister said. We are very proud to have the entire family here represented today. And Barry and Janice, we'd invite you to come up and say a few words on behalf of the family. Oh.
Thank you. Chairman Holash, Elder Rick, Dr. Rosia, Minister Wyant, Mr. Drury, students, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. My name is Barry Remy, and I'm honored to speak on behalf of my father, Joe Remy, and our family. We are very excited to be a part of the Time to Rise capital campaign to build a new Saskatoon campus for Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Joe first met Dr. Larry Rosia in 2019 when he was told of the pressing need for new facilities for the organization and the vision for a new Saskatchewan Polytechnic campus. Polytech's classrooms were scattered across the city. So was the administration. The main building we are in today, while having served its purpose for many years, was almost the same age as Joe. And he turns 88 this month. A new campus would house the latest learning technologies, build a more cohesive student body, and foster valuable synergies with the university and innovation communities. While the scale of this ambitious undertaking was enormous, Larry spoke about the project with such enthusiasm and conviction that it just seemed inevitable to Joe that the leadership at Saskatchewan Polytechnic was going to make this happen. They also discussed a critical element to success: the business community having skin in the game. Such a large project would necessarily require significant funding from various levels of government, but it would also need the commitment and financial support from the business community in Saskatoon and province-wide. We will be the beneficiaries of the new campus too, so if we wanted our governments to invest in it, we needed to invest in it as well. Joe's business life focused primarily on the construction and development of apartment and condominium buildings, primarily in Saskatoon. Throughout this time, he saw firsthand the contributions that Saskatchewan Polytechnic graduates made to his own success and that of others, and the key role the institution plays in powering the growth of our province and caring for its citizens. Before getting into the apartment business, Joe started out as a general contractor, and he and his brother Frank built a number of schools in growing rural Saskatchewan in the 1960s. He is very pleased and finds it fitting now that more than 60 years later, he is able to participate in the construction of another important new school in this province. We congratulate those who have put so much work into this initiative thus far, as well as the provincial government for its commitment to the project, the university, the city, and the residents and businesses of Saskatchewan, including Nutrien, who are all stepping up to put some of their skin in the game too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barry, for those words. On behalf of Joseph and Marie and the entire family, it's obvious that there's a spirit of generosity and community-mindedness that Joseph has passed on to next generations. And we, as a province, thank the entire family for what you have contributed today. That actually concludes our list of speakers today, but I'd like to add again my sincere thanks and gratitude to the Remy family for this unprecedented gift. It is unparalleled. The difference that it will make to our institution and to generations of students and their families throughout our province, it cannot be measured in dollars alone. The new Saskatchewan Polytechnic Joseph A. Remy Saskatoon campus, situated adjacent to the University of Saskatchewan on Innovation Place, will create an innovation corridor that will be the envy of other jurisdictions. There is nothing like this in Canada. It will facilitate collaboration and help to operationalize innovation. It will keep Saskatchewan at the forefront of tomorrow's economy and set our province and its people up for success. That's why the Time to Rise campaign in support of the new campus is about more than just Saskatchewan Polytechnic. It's about a mindset in Saskatchewan. It's about an attitude, a vision for a strong and prosperous future for our province, for our businesses and industry, for our families who seek livelihoods. The Time to Rise campaign will help ensure that our province continues to be powered by employees with the skills and talent necessary to meet industry demands, that our businesses, small and large, will have access to applied research opportunities to advance and to grow their markets. I invite each one of you here today to be a part of that bright future. Talk to one of us today or check it out on our Time to Rise website. Get in touch with our board members, your children, your grandchildren. The families of Saskatchewan will thank you if you want to participate in this remarkable campaign. For any members of the news media, we'll be happy to answer your questions to the best of our ability at this time. For everyone else, I'll ask you to join us for a reception. We have some niceties set up at the back of the room. Those of you standing will have first grab at those, so there's your payback. I'm going to invite everybody on their way home, too, to drive down Preston Avenue on the east side of the University of Saskatchewan campus. The Joseph A. Remy Saskatoon campus, Saskatchewan Polytechnic, will actually have a face to Preston Avenue, and you'll see some signage up there that will boast this new name of our facility. So please take a drive down Preston Avenue on your way home, and as you may look to see construction start in coming months. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Again, my thanks on behalf of 1.2 million people in Saskatchewan to Joseph Remy and the Remy family. Thank you so much. This is a Saskatchewan Polytech moment. It's time to rise. Have a great day. Thanks for being here.